On the quiet coast of Ocean Springs, Mississippi, hidden among the southern pines, stands a house that whispers the beginning of modern architecture in America. Designed in 1890 by Louis Sullivan with the assistance of a young Frank Lloyd Wright, the Charnley-Norwood House is a deceptively modest structure that marked a radical break from Victorian design. With its bold horizontality, natural materials, and open interior flow, it would become a precursor to the Prairie style and a foundational step in the evolution of American modernism. In the late 19th century, the Mississippi Gulf Coast was a tranquil escape for wealthy Midwestern families seeking respite from the industrial noise of cities like Chicago. Ocean Springs, with its pine forests, ocean breezes, and natural beauty, offered the perfect setting for a retreat, simple, peaceful, and close to nature. It was in this setting that James Charnley, a wealthy Chicago lumberman and patron of progressive design, commissioned Louis Sullivan to build a summer residence that would reflect the spirit of the land, not the conventions of the past. Though credited to Louis Sullivan, the Charnley-Norwood House was also shaped by the hands and mind of his young apprentice, Frank Lloyd Wright. At the time, Sullivan was known for his towering Chicago skyscrapers, rich with ornamentation and symbolic grandeur. Yet here on the coast, he explored a radically different idea: restraint, simplicity, and horizontality. This project became a quiet yet powerful moment of architectural clarity. And it was here that Wright would absorb Sullivan's belief that form follows function, later using this philosophy to fuel his own Prairie School movement. The Charnley-Norwood House was a deliberate rejection of Victorian excess and classical ornament. Instead, Sullivan and Wright pursued a vision that was horizontal, not vertical. Emphasizing the flatness of the coastal land, the house stretches outward, not upward, reflecting the natural lines of the horizon, integrated with nature. Built with locally sourced wood and open porches, the design invited breezes and light in, blurring the boundary between indoors and out. Functional before decorative. The structure speaks through form, proportion, and rhythm, not decoration. Ornament is minimized, replaced by material honesty and structural clarity. A proto-modernist vision. With its flat planes, clean detailing, and open interior, the house anticipates the architectural revolutions that would come decades later. Built in 1890, the Charnley-Norwood House is constructed primarily of longleaf yellow pine, with a central masonry fireplace core anchoring the open interior. A central core. At the heart of the plan is a massive chimney from which the rooms extend symmetrically, defining the home's spatial logic. Open plan living. Rooms flow naturally without rigid compartmentalization, and windows are placed to maximize cross-ventilation and daylight. Key considerations for life in the Gulf climate. Broad eaves and porches. Deep overhangs and screened porches provide shade, shelter, and connection to the outdoors, highlighting Sullivan's sensitivity to climate and comfort. Minimal ornamentation. Unlike Sullivan's commercial work, there are no elaborate carvings or decoration here. Instead, the design itself becomes the ornament, an embodiment of structural poetry, craftsmanship, and proportion. Every joint, window, and beam is thoughtfully proportioned, expressing an emerging architectural language that would come to define the modern American home. The Charnley-Norwood House is often overlooked in the grand narrative of modern architecture, yet it is here, in this modest coastal retreat, that we find the seeds of a revolution. It was a turning point in Louis Sullivan's career, an exploration of simplicity and domestic harmony. It offered Frank Lloyd Wright his first real canvas, laying the foundation for his Prairie designs. And it stands today as a testament to the idea that architecture can grow organically from the land, reflecting not tradition, but place, climate, and life itself. Painstakingly restored after hurricane damage, the Charnley-Norwood House now serves as a museum and architectural landmark, a reminder that even the quietest buildings can shape history. The Charnley-Norwood House is more than a historical footnote. It is a blueprint for modern American architecture, sketched not in grandeur, but in restraint and reverence for nature. If this journey inspired you, subscribe for more deep explorations into the architecture that shaped the world, and those who dared to imagine